Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Hi, Dave here, One Up Gaming. This is going to be the 10 minutes of nothing for episode 396 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. This one's going to be a little bit different. I've not just got one thing to talk about. I'm going to talk about how I think the X-Men 97 series is going so far. I've just seen up to, I think, episode 6. I don't know when this will go out, but I've just seen episode 6. I also want to talk about the TV series Fallout, another great show, and I want to also talk about my book, which is out now. This is the unofficial Sega Saturn Collection. Paperback at the moment. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So without further ado, if people don't know, 10 minutes of nothing is just I set a 10-minute timer and we talk about crap for 10 minutes, and then that is it. It was just a way to get things done. Because I remember when I first started the podcasts back when, was it Mohammed? Was it Mo that was on? We started talking about summer. It was just like the 10 minutes of nothing. That's what we started calling the feature. But we just run massively over. We had John Hare once, and I think it was like 2.5 hours the podcast after I edited it all down. So that didn't go well. But I think it was with Mo. We had Mo on, and we were talking about the atrocities in South Africa, or I can't remember where the hell it was now. It was somewhere, and he must have talked for at least 4 hours, and I'm actually glad that my old PC at the time kind of crashed and froze, and it didn't record any of it. So I just got Sean online the next day, and just like, right, we'll just quickly talk about some games and get a podcast up, because I don't want to go through a 4-hour chat about some dodgy political stuff that I don't want to talk about. Yeah, we're a stupid podcast. We're not like proper serious or nothing. But yeah, so 10 minutes of nothing, episode 396 of the One Again podcast. So 10 minutes. I guess I'll start off with how I think the Fallout series was. I thought the person that got to play Lucy, the main lead, she's amazing in it. She's got one of those like wide-eyed puppy dog expressions, and it just works perfectly well with the series, because she's never been outside of the vault. So everything's like a massive, wide, eye-opening experience for her. So I just think that is really, really well done. The guy who plays the ghoul, Walton Goggins, bloody brilliant name, and he plays this part to a T. The character is my favourite. He's absolutely amazing. He's a scene-stealing son of a bitch. He's really good. The dog is amazing. It's technically not dog meat, but it shows how the dogs are created and bred and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool and funky. Who else was there? There's the other main guy, the one that's a part of the Brotherhood of Steel, and I do like him as a character. How he seems to want to help and do things, but he seems to be a bit of a coward. So there's always that little bit against doing stuff. But yeah, it seems really, really well done. And then there's the other characters, like the people who stay down in the vault to work out what's going on. There's other people in the wasteland, the Outlands. where it is just going through the story and going through the actual stuff. Massive robots trying to cut people up, massive salamanders trying to eat people. It is just a great, great show, and I've really enjoyed it. And I think that Amazon, you've done proud. It's one of the best game to TV show adaptations I've seen. I really, really thought it was good. I really did. So on the same sort of note, I will just sort of go on about the first 5 or 6 episodes of the X-Men 97 season. And I mean, if you don't want to know nothing about it and you want to watch the whole thing in one go, just skip forward until you see me holding up a Sega Saturn book. But spoilers, here we go. I was in the camp of I love Gambit. He was my favourite character in the original X-Men TV series. I was disappointed that they never made a live action movie with Gambit as the main star. I thought he could have been a really good character. It's just a shame that Wolverine took off massively and everything had to be Wolverine. But the first 3 or 4 episodes, I was like, they're really doing dirty on Gambit. He's only in a couple of scenes, he's only in a couple of conversations, he's not really doing that much. And then, I think it was episode 5? I think it was episode 5. My God. It's just that absolute class. The Gambit that I knew, that I loved all those years ago, is back. And he was just so good. And I loved that. And if you didn't know, he apparently, maybe, sacrificed himself to destroy the Godzilla size master mold, sort of like Titan Sentinel thing. But I mean, this is where someone like me comes in, where I'm not a massive, I don't read any comic books, I don't know any of the stories, I just watch what's on and like really enjoy what is going on screen. I just love the kinetic energy on screen. But other people have sort of said, oh, in the comics, Gambit evolves into a higher, like an Omega mutant, where his power, he actually turns into kinetic energy himself, so he technically can't die, he can't do this, he can't do that, he can do whatever he wants and blah blah blah. It's like, hopefully this is just the start of that process where he's killed that Godzilla Sentinel thing by going into him, charging up everything around him, and that's just kickstarted the next wave of his mutation, which I would love to see. I'd love to see Gambit being absolutely amazing, you know, being able to fly, being able to do whatever, touch Rogue, that'd be really nice. Be like a 30-year payoff on it, really. But yeah, it's one of those, it's a TV series where you're thinking, oh god, this is really boring, what's going on? And then it kicks, and it bloody kicks hard, and it is really, really fun, and it is just so good. And yeah, it's a great series so far. I think there's only, is it 10 episodes or 8 episodes? I can't remember now. But there's only like four episodes left, hopefully. And they've already signed up to do like season 2, season 3. So hopefully they'll get these sort of characters in and put them into the next sort of like movies and stuff. And it's just a really good way of getting some of these characters deeper lore into it for Marvel to get them done. So 2 TV series, yeah, that does make sense. 2 TV series watched so far, and both been amazing. So the last thing I have to talk about is this. Now, my head is in the way of my head. The book is in the way of the camera, so I can't see if it's fully there. But it is the unofficial Sega Saturn Collection. So it's more of a coffee table style book. So there is David Cameron. Hey. So there's like the foreword that I wrote, and then the next couple of pages are like what's in the book. So you can see there's like, I think there's like 6 pages of just full of games of like whatever there is in the magazine. Stuff about the consoles. Guardian Heroes. Andretti Racing. So each game has got pictures and like a little fact about Street Fighter the movie. Waku, is it Waku 7? Was it? Yeah, Waku 7. The Sega football game, I can't remember what the hell it's called now. Worldwide Soccer 98. That's the club edition one. But as you can see, there's a Daytona CE Championship Circuit edition. It's just a full book of 290 pages, and I put my heart and soul into it. It's got the thank yous at the back. It is just, I mean, what can you say? It is just like there's Sega All-Star Hockey, Baku, and there's like the Space Hulk game that came out on it. It's just got like game after game after game. Super Puzzle Fighter 2. But as I say, it's Thunder Force 5. So there's also some like Japanese sort of games involved. But it's available on Amazon. So just go into Amazon and search the unofficial Sega Saturn Collection. Hopefully I'll be getting a PlayStation collection set up and running soon. I'm in the process of just finalising it. I don't know how long this will be before it goes up live, but hopefully there'll be the Sega Saturn one and the PlayStation one. Both, I think this is 290 pages. The PlayStation one's 294. The PlayStation one goes into a bit more detail of some of the games. This one, I wanted to get this one out and done, so it's not as much detail, but I still put a lot of effort and my heart into this book. So yeah, there's also a Kindle version of it, and if you're on Kindle, I don't know what it's called. The one where you get like free, not free, but you get like Kindle books included with this subscription. It's a part of that. So if you have Kindle Plus or whatever, you can download it within your within it, and then you can watch it, read it, look at it. Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. But that's been the 10 minutes from nothing with David. That's me. One Up Gaming, episode 396 of the One Up Game podcast. But yeah, so we'll have a quick break now, and we'll be back with the thank yous and goodbyes. So back in a couple of seconds.